You know, too often we hear racing the clock. You save time by multitasking. You save time. Can you really save time? Because I think when you're saving time, what you're doing is stealing from the present to hope to bank time in the future. But when you get to that future, you're still looking ahead. You're still looking at the time that you're going to have in a week or two or a month or 6 months or a year. So you're never really in the present. You're never really enjoying what you have right here, right now. Isn't that something that leaves you hanging? If I could turn back time, but would you?
Check, check one, check, check.
What a great day it is here today. You're going to notice that the birds are going to be a little interruptive, but it's a beautiful day. The sun's shining, there's no wind, and the birds just love the rain that we just had. So yesterday I did a lot of reflecting. There's been a lot of conversations I've had with various people in my life over the last few months. And one thing that I've discovered is that time is probably the most valuable commodity that we have. I know a lot of people think it's money, it's cars, it's stuff, designer stuff. I mean, think about it. A Timex watch that you can buy at Walmart tells the same time as a Rolex or a Tag for 20 times the price. But is it really worth it? And what is time? Time is the most valuable commodity that we all take for granted. I mean, you think about all the songs that have been written about time. Wasted Time by the Eagles, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, Time, Alan Parsons. Cher had the big hit, If I Could Turn Back Time. Isn't that something that leaves you hanging? If I could turn back time, but would you? So talking to different people in my travels over the last few months, and the perspective of a 90-something-year-old woman who's going through dementia and moving to her, I guess, final home into a care home. She's lived decades longer than the rest of us. Looking at the perspective of a 6-year-old who still believes in rainbows and unicorns, time is nothing to her. She eats when she's hungry. We try to rush her along. Come on, we gotta go. But she's kicking stones, looking at worms, laying on the grass, looking at clouds, and just enjoying life. A lot of us slip in and out of the present. How many times have you been racing the clock, trying to save time, multitasking, and you disconnect from what's in front of you right now? Because really, all we really have is this moment right now. But so often we're planning ahead. We're planning way ahead, assuming that we'll have time in 2 years for a certain activity, a certain trip, a certain occasion. We expect that we'll still be here in 2 years, but that's not always the case. Time is something we take for granted, and we expect that we'll have more. It's like this big bank account. It doesn't earn interest. You can't cash it out and put more back in. Once it's gone, it's gone. And then the older you get, the less time you have left. I mean, who even invented time? We've got decades, years, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, seconds. Does it really matter? I guess if you're running a marathon race and you lose by 2 seconds, that's huge. But is it really? There's so many things that we can't get back. Wasted time. How many times have you had lunch with a friend or an ex-coworker and they just blah all over the lunch? And you come home or walk away from it and you go, there's an hour I'll never get back. There was no value in it. They kind of just sucked the life and sucked your time away. But, you know, recalling conversations that I've had with people over the years, how many people are actually present in the conversation? You know, often people interrupt. You're in the middle of a story and they'll interrupt. Hey, what do you want for supper tonight? Or, hey, next weekend. Hey, why don't we do this in 5 years? But what happens is they take away from the time that you have right now. It's a sad thing to think about. You know, when you think of reflecting on your past, and hopefully you don't slide into home base with the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Hopefully you slide into home base. And of course, we never know when that's going to be. Feeling fulfilled, feeling that you made the best use of your time, and feeling whole. Whole. You did the best you could with what you had at the time. You know, too often we hear racing the clock. You save time by multitasking. You save time. Can you really save time? Because I think when you're saving time, what you're doing is stealing from the present to hope to bank time in the future. But when you get to that future, you're still looking ahead. You're still looking at the time that you're going to have in a week or two or a month or 6 months or a year. So you're never really in the present. You're never really enjoying what you have right here, right now. And the assumption that you'll have more time is exactly an assumption. None of us know how much time we have left. You know, I've lost people at 20 years old. I've lost people in their 50s. I've lost people in their 70s. And nobody got up that morning going, well, I think today's going to be my last day. Nobody. And it's unfortunate. And if they did know that today was their last day, would they have lived their life differently? Would they spent that day differently, doing different things, talking to other people, working off stuff on their bucket list? Or did they feel whole? Did they leave the earth that day feeling like they'd accomplished what they needed to accomplish, that they left footprints for the people that they left behind? Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't seem fair. You've got somebody in their 90s that's waiting to die, somebody that's in their 20s that they have their whole life ahead of them, somebody that's 6 that should have at least 75 years left, and just looks at life in a different perspective. Still believes in unicorns, rainbows, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy. What a magical world she lives. Somebody in their 60s that's been robbed of retirement, that was banking on having more time to travel, to do all the things they love to do. And that's been taken from them due to disease. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. The takeaway today, I think, for me, is making the best use of your time right now, being present in conversations. Because really, all we have is right here, right now. And we can't expect any more than that.